Okay, magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Medyo na-late tayo ngayong araw na to. Ganun pa man, kahit anong mangyari, tayo po ay mapapatuloy sa ating talakayan para sa araw na ito ng ating Senior High School Practical Research 2 at tayo po ay nasa ikalawang linggo or week 2 ng ating most essential learning competencies at ang ating pong lesson for today ay ang importance of quantitative research across fields. So ano nga ba ang kahalagahan ng quantitative research sa iba't ibang disiplina or fields? At para po sa ating objectives, atin pong itatry na ma-achieve ang objective para sa week 2 which is illustrates the importance of quantitative research across fields. At bago tayo magsimula, balikan po muna natin ang ating tinalakay noong nakarang linggo, unang linggo, bali week 1 kasi po second week wala po tayong itulay dahil nga po sa Holy Week. So ano nga ba ang ating mga pinag-aralan? Let's try to find out sa pamamagitan po ng pag-answer sa mga questions natin. So first question, which of the following best defines quantitative research? Is it A, it is an exploration associated with libraries, books, and journals? B, it is an activity concerned with finding new truth in education. It is a systematic process obtaining numerical information about the world. Letter C or D, it is an activity of producing or proving a theorem. Sige po, ano po ang sagot natin sa first question? Ang tamang kasagutan po sa first question ay letter C. It is a systematic process obtaining numerical information about the world. The keyword here is numerical information, numbers. Sige, number 2. Para sa question number 2, which of the following is not a characteristic of quantitative research? So, characteristic po tayo ngayon para sa question number 2. So, A, data are gathered before proposing a conclusion or solution to a problem. B, quantitative methods can be repeated to verify findings in another setting, thus strengthening and reinforcing validity of findings, eliminating the possibility of spurious conclusions. C, figures, tables, or graphs showcase summarize data collection in order to show trends, relationships, or differences among variables. In sum, the charts and tables allow you to see the evidence collected. Or D, it seeks to gather a more comprehensive understanding of activities related to human behavior and the attributes that rule such behavior. Sige po, binabasa ko po ang mga options para bigyan po kayo ng time makasagot at mag-type in sa inyong sagot sa ating comment box. Shoutout po sa ating mga nakikinig, nakasubaybay sa araw na ito at hindi bumibitaw kahit na ang ating internet signal ay bumibitaw. Sige po, ang tamang sagot ay ayan, ang tamang sagot sa number 2 ay letter D. Hindi po characteristic ang letter D. Dahil yan pong ang characteristic na po yan para sa qualitative research. Sige po, question number 3. Tayo po ay nasa unang bahagi na ating session which is review of our previous lessons. So number 3, which of the following describes the characteristics of research where data are in the form of statistics? A, objective, B, numerical data, C, replication, or D, large sample size. Sige po, type in po sa inyong sagot sa comment box, sa letter na lang po para mabilis. Ang tamang sagot ay letter B, numerical data. Sige, next, number 4, question. 5 questions lang po ito para mabilis. Question number 4, in this experimental type of research design, subjects are randomly assigned to control an experiment to control experimental groups. So what type of research design? Is it A, pre-experimental design, B, true experimental design, C, quasi-experimental design? Ang tamang sagot po sa number 4 ay true experimental design, letter B. Sige, last question. Hindi, 6 questions pala ito. Sige, 5th question. This quantitative research design cannot establish cause-effect relationships. Is it A, experimental research design, B, non-experimental research design, or C, quasi-experimental research design? Sige po, type in po sa ating sagot sa comment box. Ano po kaya ang sagot? Ang tamang sagot po sa question sa number 5 ay non-experimental research design. At number 6, last question na po tayo. Ayan, number 6. Children of wealthier, variable number 1, better educated, variable number 2, parents earn higher salaries as adults is an example of A, bivariate correlational studies, B, prediction studies, or C, multiple regression prediction studies. Ano po kaya ang sagot sa number 6? Ang tamang sagot ay letter A, bivariate correlational studies. So yun po ang ilalaman sa mga konsepto ng ating pinag-aralan noong nakaraang linggo for week 1. At ngayon naman po ay atin ang tatalakayin ang ating lesson, isa lang po ang lesson natin, which is the importance of quantitative research across disciplines. So kahalagahan ng quantitative research sa iba't ibang disiplina. So first is research is important in the field of communication. Researchers are often interested in how an understanding of particular communication phenomenon might be generalized to a larger population. Examples of research questions that researchers explore in relation to communication are: what effect or effects do punitive behavioral control statements have on a classroom? Another question that can be explored in relation to communication is that what communicative behaviors are associated with different stages in a romantic relationships. So communicative behaviors associated with different stages in a romantic relationships. Mukhang mag-enjoy ang mga kabataan natin sa question na ito. Number 3, what communicative behaviors are used to co-workers displaying emotional stress? So, kalimitan po sa communication research in relation, quantitative research in relation to communication ay patungkol po sa komunikasyon, patungkol po sa oral communication or speech communication. Maaaring ito ay verbal communication or non-verbal communication. So, ilan lamang po ito sa mga bagay na pinag-aaralan ng researchers, quantitative researchers, para sa komunikasyon. Ang pangalawang importance naman po ay importance of quantitative research in sports medicine. So, importante din po ang quantitative research in sports medicine. By the way, ang pinapakita ko po sa inyo ngayon mga slides ay upang ma-illustrate ang importance ay ang iba po ay mga research questions Ang ilan naman po ay mga sample research or studies in relation to the different fields. So, halimbawa po sa sports medicine, meron po isang quantitative research na ginawa sa University of Eastern England wherein the researchers investigated the relationship between the mushrooming of fast food chains and obesity of children, as well as the intervention to prevent children's obesity from reaching serious proportions. So ang study po ay nakafocus sa physical activity. Kaya po related po siya sa sports, no? And physical inactivity and the impact on the children's amount of adipose tissue or fat mass and endurance fitness. And the study concluded that physical activity affect effectively the children's weight control. So yan po ang isang research na nagpapakita na ang quantitative research ay importante din po sa sports or sports medicine. Sige, pangatlo. Importante din po ang research, quantitative research sa medical education. Medical education, halimbawa po ang mga frontliners natin, di ba? Yung mga pinag-aaralan nila. Okay? So, quantitative research in medical education trends tends to be predominantly observational research based on surveys and correlational studies. So, kalimitan po sa medical education ang research ay observational research, surveys, and correlational studies. Experimental research designs may enhance the quality of medical education. Set designs test interventions like curriculum teaching, a learning process, or assessment with an experimental group. Okay. Next, importante din po ang quantitative research sa behavioral sciences. So, behavioral science. And ang mga contemporary quantitative scholars in this field are interested in two types of questions. Questions of relationship and questions of differences. So, for questions, relationship questions tend to explore how one behavior exhibited by people is related to other types of behaviors. Example po ng questions, sige po, example po ng questions, research questions related to relationship questions are verbally aggressive behaviors related to physical aggression, no? So related kung ang isang tao ba ay may aggressive behavior, no, is ibig ba sabihin meron siyang physical aggression, no? Kumbaga nag-i-exhibit ba siya ng physical aggression kung meron siyang aggressive verbal behavior. Okay? Number 2 question, example of relationship question na pinag-aaralan ng mga quantitative research in the behavioral sciences is, are certain supervisor communication skills related to the emotional experiences of employees? So, relationships po ang pinag-aaralan ng questions na ito, relationship ng variables ng quantitative research. Next, questions of difference explore how patterns of behavior or perceptions might differ from one group or type of person to another. Examples of questions, possible questions that the researcher in the behavioral sciences may explore is, first, do people with disabilities experience emotional labor differently from those without disabilities? No? So meron pong dalawang variable na kino-compare ang result, no? Like in the first question, people with disabilities and those without disabilities. Next, do women perceive talkativeness or lack of it differently from men? So men and women, ano nga ba ang pagkakaiba ng perception nila sa talkativeness, pagiging madaldal or wala nito? Okay, next. Research is also important in the social sciences. So pang-ilan na to? Pang-ilang field? Social sciences, behavioral sciences, medical, and sports, and communication. So pang-lima. Tama ba? Pang-lima. Quantitative approaches are typically associated with positivist perspectives in social science research. So positivist perspective mula po sa positivism. No, and these method employed in social science research are most typically the sample survey and the experiment. So experiment and survey type of research design ang ginagamit sa research in social sciences. Example po ng experiment sa social sciences ay ito po. Medyo na okay, ayan. So example ng experiment sa social sciences, experiment can be carried out in a laboratory or in a field setting. Since this is a social science research, so field setting po ang ating experiment example. Example is examining the extent to which the responses of a group of voters to questions about political attitudes after exposures to a series of party election broadcasts might be different to another yet identical group's responses who are not confronted with such images. So, ito pong research nito ay again experiment in the field or in this is trying to examine the extent of to which the responses of a group of voters to questions about political attitudes after exposures to a series of party election broadcasts might be different to another. Kumbaga, dalawang group, yung isa na-expose sa broadcast, election broadcast, like, you know, yung napapanood natin sa TV na commercials about elections, kung malapit na election, or sa social media. And then yung isa namang group, hindi po sila na-expose sa ganitong klase ng election broadcast or material. So yun po, ang isang example ng experiment sa field setting ng social research. So social research is all around us, no? Nasa paligid natin, nasa ano tawag nito? Na-experience natin ang social science research, ang mga guru natin, government officials, business managers, human service providers, and healthcare professionals regularly use social research methods and findings. And people use social research to raise children, reduce crime, improve public health, sell products, or just understand one's life. So, take note, ang social science po ay marami po siyang mga subfields, no? Pwede po siya sa education, pwede po siya sa politics, sa economics, no? Sa crime and different other subfields po ng social sciences, no? The same po with other fields. Mga major fields lang po ang ating binigay kanina. Like sa behavioral sciences, marami pong mga subfields yan. Sa communication, marami din po yan. So, next, importance of quantitative research is that it is important in education. Siyempre, importante po ang quantitative research sa edukasyon and psychology. No? Mertens in 2005 says that the dominant paradigms that guided early educational and psychological research were positivism and its successor post-positivism. Kanina po I mentioned about positivist view no, or perspective. So ang positivist view perspective is from positivism or post positivism, that's its successor. And positivism is based on the rationalistic empiricist philosophy that originated with Aristotle, Francis Bacon, John Locke, Auguste Comte, and Immanuel Kant. So mga great philosophers of all time, ito pong mga ang nag-introduce ng positivism. So here's an example of a research, no, in education and psychology. Quantitative research in education and psychology. Medyo mahaba to kasi kompleto to yung kompleto ang parts ng research, although binigay lang yung mga summary or synopsis or abstract ng different parts. Research problem of this research by Dorian, Bullis, and Benz in 1996, as cited in Mertens 2005. So example is very little is known about victimization, experiences of adolescents with disabilities, yet previous research has suggested that people with mental retardation are vulnerable to economic, psychological, and physical abuse. So yun po ang research problem ng sample research na ito with the view of positivism. Sige po. Next information po tayo. Ang next part po ay ang research question. Ano ba ang research question na pinag-aralan and explore ng researchers? The research question was, what are the predictors of victimization for a sample of adolescents with disabilities in transition from high school to adult life? No? So, ang pinapresent ko lang po sa inyo ang research nito with the parts, important parts, for you to be able to understand the importance of quantitative research in education and psychology with the view of positivism. So, ang method po sa research nito ay uh, students with disabilities and their parents in 2 Western states were interviewed during the students' last year in school, and once again when students were 1 year out of school. So students with the disabilities and their parents were interviewed twice. So once during the last year in school, and again when after 1 year after they are out of school. So the participants were students with disabilities who were identified by the school as in their last year of high school or had dropped out of high school sometime during what would have been their last year. So there were 422 participants. Sige. And the procedures and instruments used was a fixed response interview by telephone. And of course, ang in-interview po ay students and parents, and they were interviewed by trained interviewers. Siguro nag-hire yung researchers ng interviewers. And the predictor variables were selected based on previous research. And the predictors were
Alright, so again, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. Medyo meron lang technical problem na-experience ngayon si ating tutor Ronald. But again, he's sharing what is the importance of an quantitative research in terms of different profession or industry, whatever it is, talagang gamit na gamit natin ang quantitative research. So again, naputol lamang si Sir dun sa ating quantitative research in terms of in the in education and psychology, wherein nagsasite si Sir ng mga iba't ibang research kung saan ito ginamit o kung kailan nila ginamit ang isang quantitative research. So like for example, ito nga na-sinite nila na sample ni research ni Doran, Bullis, and Benz noong 1996 as cited in Mertens 2005 in view of positivism. So may mga instrument and procedures na mention dyan like the gender, minority status, serious emotional disturbance, etc. So doon natin nakikita na talagang this quantitative, this approach is applicable din sa education and psychology. And then at the same time, yung outcome niya of victimization was defined as experience of more than of the following, like being teased or bothered. So talagang nakita natin, pwede rin pala na ang dating is para siyang qualitative pero pwede pala siyang gawing quanti. Alright, so yun yung ating example. So hindi natin iisa-isa yun mga bawat isa, but as stated na lang po sa ating slides ay nakikita natin na from a psychological point of view ay pwede pala nating magamit ang quantitative approach. Right, so ayan, so meron tayo rito pa rin about the victimization, emotional disturbance, and low personal social achievement. Ayan, Sir Ronald, hi! Ayan,
Hi, sir. Sorry.
Tinulay ko na ng konti. Tinulay ko lang ng konting-konti para lang
Sige po, salamat po.
Thank you po. Sir, dito sir sa isa pang yung discussion po about the positivism. Go, sir.
Okay po. Sige po, okay po. Okay, so nasa discussion na po tayo ng research in education and psychology with the positivism, with the view of positivism by Doran.
Sir, laban lang. Kaya natin to. Itutulay natin to. Alright. So, Sir Ronald, ayan. So, medyo nag-hang ulit si Sir. So, ayan na yung discussion nga ulit ng research ni Doran that yung research about educational and psychological research about positivism. So, the authors recommend increasing social skill training directed to this specific group in terms of appropriate ways to behave in community settings where victimization could occur. Alright, so yun yung naging discussion ng research na ito. So what's more, in the learning task number 2, i-type nyo daw sa ating comment section if the statement is yes, if the statement describes the importance of quantitative research, and type naman no if it's not. Alright, so number 1. Researchers are often interested in how an understanding of a particular communication phenomenon might be generalized to a larger population. Again, I'll repeat the statement. Researchers are often interested in how an understanding of a particular communication phenomenon might be generalized to a larger population. Is it yes or no? Good afternoon po, Ma'am Emily, Ma'am D.V. Jane. Good afternoon po, Ma'am Cheryl Arts Gonzalez, Michelle B. Gonzalez from Tawas Abag Elementary School. Wow, may elementary teachers tayo, learners na nakikinig para sa ating practical research too. So parang review lang natin to ng ating college or ng ating research subjects natin noon. So with that, ang sagot natin is yes. So it is, and yes, very good, gay pa lang. So researchers are often interested in the understanding of particular communication phenomena. So, pwede siyang generalized to a larger. So, mamaya, sana makapasok pa si Sir Ronald para siya mas makakapag-explain further ng mga statement na to? Sabi ni Sir Jester, yes. Yes. Okay. So talagang it describes a quantitative kasi nakita natin kailangan talaga ng population or ng number of variables natin para mas ma-describe natin. Okay, number 2. Experimental research designs may enhance the quality of medical education. Experimental research designs may enhance the quality of medical education. Is it a yes or no? Watching from Takurong College instructor, si Sir Nordan Ugalingan II. Hello, Sir Nordan. Good afternoon po sa iyo. For our number 2, is it a yes or no? Sige. The answer is yes. So, definitely, iba pa rin no, kapag ang ating mga experimental, lalo na sa medical education or medical practitioners natin, industry or profession rather, ay talagang applicable talaga to kasi they really need to experiment. No? Next natin, number 3. When quantitative researchers explore questions of differences or questions of relationships, they do so in attempt to uncover certain patterns of behavior. All right, so number 3, again, let me repeat. When quantitative researchers explore questions of differences or questions of relationships, they do so in attempt to uncover certain patterns of behavior. Hello, Sir Ronald. Ayan, nakapasok na si Sir. Ayan,
Sige
itinutuloy
po.
ko ulit. Number 3 na tayo. So, anong sagot ng
Sige,
ating
sir.
mga online learners dyan? Mukhang, is it a yes or no, sir?
Sige po, ang tama po sagot sa number 3 ay yes. Okay,
Right,
so yes po.
sumagot sir si Ma'am Gay, si Sir Lawrence, at si Jerry May. Jerry bawa ng yes.
Okay,
So,
thank you po. Sige. So, number 4.
yes, go sir. Take it away. Sabi ko na hindi ako aalis talaga. Number 4, basahin ko na. Ay, nakita niyo na agad yung sagot. Hello sir, number 4.
Hello?
Go sir.
Sige,
Yes, sir,
number
go, sir.
4. Yes. Number 4, people use social research to raise children, reduce crime, improve public health, sell products, or just understand one's life. Is it an importance of quantitative research or not?
Ayan sir, nag-yes din po sina Sir Nordan, si Ma'am Gay, Palang, and Ma'am Lawrence.
Sige, salamat po. At ang tamang sagot po sa number 4 ay yes. So, okay, salamat. Okay. For number 5, next task na po tayo. Determine the field or discipline of the following sample research topics. So, kung ano pong field based on the research topics. So, number 1, a correlation and the use of modular learning in grade 11 ABM classes and student academic achievement. Ano po kayang field or discipline ang sample research topic sa number 1? Is it A, education, B, communication, or C, psychology?
Ayan sir, mukhang ako may nag-handle ako sir ng ABM. So, ang sagot natin dyan ay...
So, ang number 1 ay A, education.
Yes,
tama. Education po siya. So, number 2, research topic ay the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the Philippine tourism industry. Ano po kayang field or discipline yan? Base po sa pinag-aralan natin kaninang mga fields or discipline. So, ang tamang sagot po sa number 2 ay okay, social science research. Okay, si Germaline A ang answer. Number 3,
hello Sir Ronald. Ay na po. Sir Ronald. Laban lang Sir Ronald. Laban lang sa internet. Alright, so habang nantay natin, number 3, basahin ko na po ang question natin kung anong field po ito. campaign events and materials and their impact on presidential election results? Is it A, behavioral science, B, social science, or C, medical education? So definitely hindi to medical, no? Walang kinalaman ng medical field dito. Social science o behavioral lang ating pinagpipilian. Palagay ninyo, ano kayang sagot? So for number 3, the correct answer is B. It's a social science. So it's a social issue or discipline or in ano natin, topic. Number 4, the cause-effect relationships of social networking and online selling. Is it A, behavioral science, B, social science, or C, psychology? Ang ito medyo tricky kung hindi ko ano to, no? Behavioral. Parang behavioral kasi behavior ng paano sila nagbibili, networking, so sa social media, online selling, o social science kaya to? Or psychology, kasi may tungkol sa relationship. Ano kayang sagot natin sa number 4? Online participants, ano kayang sagot natin sa ating number 4? Yan. So the answer daw po sa number 4 ay social science. So it's the cause and effect of social networking to be in the society natin and paano tayo nag-participate sa mga ganyang networking or online selling. All right. Number 5, the effects of community quarantines on mental health of students. Is it A, medical education, B, sports medicine, or C, psychology? So definitely hindi siya sports medicine. Psychology kaya to, medical education. Mental health of students. Effect of community quarantine. So for our number 5, the answer is psychology. So it's more of the mental health of students. So yung topic na yan. So based on the lesson, I have realized that quantitative research is important in the field of education because, ayan, so pwede nyo pong i-type ang inyong sagot, bakit importante ang quantitative research in the field of education. So pwede po i-type yan sa inyong notes, no, and the self-reflection tayo. So search from a reliable source on the internet for a quantitative research conducted in a certain field. Identify the title of the study, problem. So kailangan niyo po maghanap ng mga iba pang examples po ng mga research that is related to or in a particular field like medical education, psychology, and then be sure to cite the source and including the URL of the study. So yun po yung mga activities po ninyo. So ang sources ni Sir ay from G. Naval, Kerry TG ng Prieto, and ng Practical Research for Senior High School ng Lorimar Publishing Incorporated. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga writers at sa pag-share po ng inyong mga materials. So, again, good afternoon pong lahat. Thank you so much. Good afternoon po sa lahat and thank you so much po for joining us this afternoon for Practical Research 2. So, I hope po na next meeting ay maging okay na po ang connection ni Sir Ronald and I know na excited po siya na makasama po kayo at ma-meet po kayo next time. So again, maraming salamat po. This is your Tutor Madge and stay tuned po. Our next tutor is Tutor Reverie. I think ongoing na po. I believe ongoing na po ang kanyang statistics and probability which is very important din sa ating quantitative research. So with that, maraming salamat po. Stay safe and stay strong and healthy. So kita-kits po tayo sa financial literacy natin mamaya at 5:20. Thank you. Enjoy po mamaya.